Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Glad you can join us again on CoreTV News. I am Frank Omalope, and here are some of the stories we're filing at this time. President Goodluck Jonathan has called on the clergy to pray for the peace and stability of Nigeria. President Jonathan, who spoke at the third Bayelsa Thanksgiving Day through the governor, Seriake Dixon, at the Gabriel Okara Cultural Center in Yenagoa, called on all Nigerians to pray for the continued peace, unity and stability of the country. The president urged all the politicians to know that power comes from God alone and that nobody can get to power unless it is the will of God. Speaking in his capacity, State Governor Seriake Dixon urged people in leadership positions to take the people seriously and see themselves as instruments in the hands of God. He also advised those seeking leadership to see it as a drive to serve and the giver of power. The General Superintendent of the Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Williams Kumuyi, stressed the need for Nigerians to continually pray for peace and unity of the country, urging Nigerians to appreciate the goodness of God by being selfless. The House of Representatives has warned against any external pressure on the lawmakers to reconvene. Spokesman for the House, Zakari Mohammed, insisted that such a plan was illegal. According to him, there are laid down procedures which impasse only the Speaker to reconvene the House after its adjournment. He spoke against the backdrop of alleged pressure by the leadership of the PDP to force its caucus in the House to reconvene.
Well, I think we're very lazy people, a lot of us. If you want to call back the House, there is a procedure. You write to the Speaker. If you write to the Speaker within 1 week, then of course, 1/3, you get 120 members to say, okay, we convene the House. Why not let's follow the rules if they want to? This idea of threatening people, taking our security, trying to shut out, cannot help anybody. Because the institution of the House of Representatives is an arm of government that is a part of a presidential democracy. So as much as possible, we should look at it from that standpoint of view. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, duly elected and duly supported. We don't know of any other Speaker than Aminu Waziri Tambuwal. And all the privileges attached to that office must be provided. Because if you withdraw his security aids, it means that you have made him vulnerable. And that, of course, Nigerians will leave it to Nigerians to judge.
President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Augustine Alege, says the leadership crisis currently rocking the House of Representatives over the defection of the Speaker, Aminu Tambuwal, is due to the loopholes in the nation's constitution. Alege, who spoke to journalists at the end of a meeting of the Midwest Bar Forum, comprising lawyers from Edo and Delta State, says the removal of Tambuwal's security aids is because of the poor administration of justice in Nigeria. He says the nation's constitution did not envisage the defection of either the Speaker of the House of Representatives or the Senate President, since they are both expected to preside over the argument of a lawmaker defecting from one party to another. Alege added that the police erred with the withdrawal of the security details of the Speaker because the power to determine whether there had been a breach of the Constitution or not does now reside with police. Going further, Alege stated that no part of the Constitution says the Speaker or President of the Senate must come from the ruling party, but that it is only state that majority members of the House must vote for such an individual, urging Tambuwal to let his deputy preside over his matter and decide accordingly. He also condemned the delay in getting the court to decide on the case of the lawmakers who decamped from the PDP to the APC earlier after almost 8 months. Ahead of a scheduled meeting between PDP leaders and members of the party's caucus in the House of Representatives, RTV's lawyer, Festus Kayama, wants the federal lawmakers to set aside party differences to fight of the ongoing encroachment by the executive. In an interview with CoreTV News in Abuja, Keyamo maintained that it is the only way impending chaos can be averted in the nation's democracy. He also noted that Speaker Aminu Tambuwal had every reason to sue the police and government over the withdrawal of his orderlies.
What we are witnessing is the most grievous abuse of power that we are witnessing in the case of Tambuwal. It's not Tambuwal that's on trial, it is the House that's on trial. The House must insist across party lines that the executive must not interfere in their affairs. If they can gather enough people to remove him the next time the House convenes, for Christ's sake, let them do so. Let them do so, but the federal government should not be hiding behind one finger. Using the police now is like somebody trying to hide behind one finger. Because people know those behind. They know that it is the federal government behind the police.
As the controversy generated by the defection of Speaker of the House of Representatives Aminu Tambuwal to the All Progressive Congress from the People's Democratic Party and the withdrawal of his security details by the police continues, the senator representing Rivers South East in the National Assembly, Magnus Abe, has told the PDP that it cannot remove the Speaker from his position. Abe says though the PDP is working round the clock to remove the Speaker, but this will be a very difficult task to achieve since the task to remove him needs 240 votes, which he believes the PDP may not be able to master. He, however, called on all Nigerians to get up and reject the move to introduce confusion into the National Assembly and the alleged impunity of the PDP-led federal government. And now Kaduna State Governor Mukhtar Yero has commended members of the People's Democratic Party on the peaceful conduct of the World Congresses to elect delegates for the forthcoming primary elections. Speaking after taking part in the World Congress at his Kaura ward in Zaria local government area, the governor says the peaceful exercise is an indication of the unity and international cohesion within the party. Yero said reports from across the state indicated that members of the party have once again demonstrated that the PDP remains a big united family. A former aviation minister, Felix Hayat, has demanded for the cancellation of the World Congress of the People's Democratic Party in Kaduna State. Hayat, who recently picked PDP nomination form to contest the governorship election in the state, accused Governor Mukhtar Yero of hijacking the exercise. He alleged that the names of delegates were prepared from the government house with all the governor's loyalists making the list. Addressing journalists on why fresh Congress must hold in the state, the aggrieved former minister described the entire World Congress exercise, particularly in his Zone 3 senatorial district, as fraudulent and undemocratic. Still in Kaduna, Southern Kaduna-based coalition of youth groups and non-governmental organizations has called on PDP leadership to cancel the recently held World Congresses of the party in the state. It hinged its call on what it described as the absence of level playing field for people to choose their delegates. The group, which made this call in a press statement signed by its National Secretary Sunday Kasai, also threatened that failure to organize fresh Congress will lead to a public protest. And now, as the 2015 general elections approach, youth have been urged to be agents of positive change. This call was made at the first Work for Positive Change held within the confines of Agege State Constituency 1 by a group led by Olabi Olateju, a youth activist and aspirant for the constituency seat in the Lagos State House of Assembly. Kazim Kasali was part of the work. His report is presented from our studios.
Marked Work for Positive Change. The work took the participants through areas in Agege such as Otubu, Moshalashi Alaja, and others, and terminated at its start-off point, the LSDP Dairy Farm Estate in Agege, with the participants dancing, singing, and reaching out to both the old and young to be part of what the convener Olabi Olateju says is a parading shift for all Nigerians to change the way things are done in our sectors positively.
The primary aim of positive change is to promote employment, to promote empowerment, and to see how we can elevate the living condition of people starting with the Agege Metropolis. We intend to carry this initiative to other constituencies, and we've started with Agege. And we also aim to promote good governance. Talk is cheap, and I think we've made a big statement with this work we just concluded. People can see that we are serious. We have a series of media houses here, media houses that cover most of the local stations here in Nigeria, and we can see the people, you can see the support, you can see that people want a change, people want a positive change, and we are motivated, and we will not look back from this.
Some of the participants spoke to CoreTV News on why they are a part of the work, which is also an awareness campaign by the convener for his bid as a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly seat in the 2015 general elections.
It's about time we get positive change in Nigeria. It's our everyday lives is all in Nigeria. Everything we do concerning us is about our environment and all of that, and we need to see a change in what is happening. If you look at the youth today, majority of them, even with their degree, they have no jobs. They have nothing to support them. I mean, this cannot continue.
This work is just to sensitize people that health is wealth, and everybody should try and exercise. You know, exercise gives your heartbeat. You know, it makes it healthy, and once your heartbeat is healthy, you have everything.
Though the work, which was according to the participants invigorating, has come and gone, it is only hoped that the message of change will be one that will be taken on board by all Nigerians.
Respect for the rule of law and effective representation are vital ingredients that will enhance good governance and smooth transition of power in Nigeria. Our correspondent Oluwaseyi Adegoke was at a public lecture organized by the Lagos State chapter of the Enugu Youth Agenda and brought back this report on the lecture aimed at promoting good governance.
The event tagged Agenda for Good Governance and Smooth Transition was put together by the Lagos State chapter of the Enugu Youth Agenda, with the state coordinator of the group, Ima Abugu, saying that youth must come together and pull in the same direction.
We the youth need to come together and get to a forum where our voice must be heard. And I tell you, that voice must be heard.
Chairman of the occasion, Ted Ojimba, says the processes that brings leadership to a nation must not only be seen to be transparent, but must lead to transparent leadership.
Political consciousness is being awoken in our youth. Youth have never participated in politics and they are showing interest today. And I congratulate you because the youth of today is going to be the elders of tomorrow.
For his part, guest speaker at the lecture, Chima Nnanji, says there must be equity in governance.
Good governance involves some cerebral content. You must have some innate ideas about how things can work and how to work out those things that can work. Because by you handing over your sovereignty to this group of people, you should go to bed and sleep.
The organizers call on all Nigerians to work together with the government to realize the aim of good governance and smooth transition of power in the nation come 2015. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
This CoreTV News Hour will take a break on CoreTV News. We'll be back shortly with more.
I've been foreseeing it as a form of jamboree. It's a normal thing, we have been experiencing it in the past. If you look at the Obasanjo regime, they did the same. But what's the outcome of it?
We cannot do without our health. If it's necessary, they should do it.
When you are a small child, your children, they went to a free school, this thing. But now, why they cannot put the money up like that?
They are there making laws, chopping money over there. You are sending somebody to unknown area to go and fry the Boko Haram. Is it possible?
Because it's their work they receive.
Try and know their problem, what they really want in this country, and settle them.
At this particular period in time, because it will not pay the government.
You can't predict Nigeria. Nigeria, they know their way out.
If they, telling people, say, oh, can't do this, they will follow.
Because the people that we have on ground, what are they actually doing?
This man
Opara decided before, make Northers go, make Easters stay. Yeah.
You women are bringing the problem. Women are wearing trousers. Deuteronomy said that no woman should wear woman's shirt. No man should wear woman's shirt. God is annoyed with people.
The People, only on CoreTV News.
For more updates on our news and other programs, visit our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. And YouTube, it's youtube.com/CoreTV News. With the gradual unraveling of the reported ceasefire agreement between the federal government and Boko Haram militants, National President of a Lagos-based Muslim organization, the Companion, Musbauddin Oyefeso, has called on the federal government to do more in the move to end the criminality of the sect, even as the government insists that there is indeed a ceasefire in place.
My position has always been the president has failed us. He should not even seek re-election. I can even see the insult. As at the time he was seeking a re-election or the endorsement of his party, there were a series of bombings showing rejection of his position. He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He has all the powers. He has all the resources. In fact, people will say he's the most powerful president we have in the world, because he has so many appointments to make. He can always hoodwink all the other institutions to ensure that they toe his line. Everybody has given him cooperation on this matter, and yet he failed us. He could not quench or crush the insurgents. It's unfortunate. I think what we just need to do during the election is to kick him out with our votes.
The police authorities have inaugurated a technical audit committee to assess assets of the police force. This, according to police spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu, is part of steps to use information communication technology in transforming the police into a world-class crime prevention organization. In his address, Inspector General Sulaiman Abba enjoined members of the committee to work as a team to achieve the objectives for which it was set up. He also used the occasion to re-echo his desire to transform the police into a leading national professional and efficient law enforcement organization. The committee is to, among others, audit of the current status of technical and technological infrastructure of the police. It is also to assess its current human resources capacity with a view to determining the types of training for its technical personnel. We'll take another break and I'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
And outside Nigeria now, the United Nations Backing Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has made a call for a stop to be put to the unrestricted use of fossil fuel by the year 2100 if the world must avoid major climate change catastrophe. The panel, in its latest report, says fossil fuels without capture and storage should be phased out almost entirely, positing that all of the world's electricity must and can be produced from low-carbon sources. IGPCC Chair Rajendra Pachauri says a rapid phase out of high-carbon emitting sources of energy is vital to ensure that temperature increases are kept below 2 degrees centigrade by the end of the century. 3 previous reports from the IPCC issued over the past 30 months have all outlined the causes, impacts, and the potential solutions to climate change. The synthesis boils the 3 points into one with the sole intention of informing politicians engaged in attempts to deliver a new global treaty on climate change by the end of 2015. And that's a wrap on CoreTV News at this time. Many thanks for watching. I am Franco Manape. Bye for now.